Local job keeps scheduling group interviews but never hires anyone. You won't believe this story. A few years back, I interviewed with a local HVAC company that was started by a woman who grew the business pretty quickly in 3 years. When I arrived for my interview, I walked into a room that had 7 other people sitting at a large round table who all confirmed they were also interviewing for the business manager position. Weird. The owner walked in, introduced themselves, and asked us to introduce ourselves one by one and explain why each one of us was the best suited person for the job. After that was awkwardly out of the way, she began to explain how she started the company and what working for her would be like. I will never forget how arrogantly she described her success story for 15 minutes straight. As soon as a bathroom break was called, I walked out. Flash forward a couple years later, I recently attended a neighborhood Christmas party and struck up a conversation with a person who just moved to my area. They described how brutal the job market is and how the interview process here was like nothing that they had ever seen before. I mentioned the craziest job interview I ever had, and their jaw dropped. They too had recently interviewed for the same company and found the experience appalling. Afterwards, I went back and looked at archived postings on LinkedIn and Indeed and noticed they post every 6 months with a job title that varies in description, but is essentially the same. The kicker is, I anonymously contacted them to see if their most recent position was filled. I still had the email of the person who had scheduled my interview. And lo and behold, the person who responded to me was the same person that had scheduled my interview and responded that they were still looking. I did more digging on Facebook and found out the owner has a pattern of posting bogus job interviews just to see how many qualified people will actually apply. But she never hires anyone because she runs the business with her own family members. I wish only the worst for her in 2026. Edited for grammar punctuation. Like if you want more stories like this, what do you think? Comment below.